All right, good morning. Not sure what I'm going to call this video, what title to put for it yet, but wanted to do a recap on the Thanksgiving, review some comments, and maybe say the Happy Thanksgiving Mandela Effect community. But some interesting comments about the last video, and I want to state, that I was bringing up Thursday, the question of which Thursday of the month Thanksgiving is, not as like this is suddenly new to me because we have hashed this out over the years, but it caught me off guard this year because I was trying to set up interview appointments and I was thinking I fell back into that old routine of thinking it was the third week and turned out to be the fourth. But Spirit of Truth said, yes, I was wondering about that myself. It's always been the third Thursday. Real Life Finances, I was like, what the bloody hell is he rambling on about? Yeah, I agree. I do ramble. It is not me about it not being Stouffer's stovetop stuffing. It's always been that for me until this video. Damn. Chrissy says, I remember it being the third Thursday as well. What is strange, what isn't at this point, is that over the last few years I recall talking to others about the date of Thanksgiving being an ME, so I'm thinking this is not the first year. Right. Yeah, it's we've discussed this date for Thanksgiving a few times over the past few years. Of course, there's the possibility that you bounce in and out of versions of reality too. But Thanksgiving was third Thursday every November. My birthday is November 13th. Thanksgiving was always a week later, give or take a day. It is weird for me to have Thanksgiving in the last week of November. I'm 41. All right, and Ernie says, I've been messing up for the past couple of weeks, thinking that tomorrow was Thanksgiving, but I made no connection with it possibly being a ME. You making this video has me thinking about it, and I can say with certainty that it was in my past the third week of November. Here's how I can be so sure. My brother, who has passed away, his birthday is 11/23. Every now and then his birthday would be Thanksgiving. That would never be possible if Thanksgiving had always been the last week of November. It was always third Thursday for me, as I mentioned it to my son, and he agreed. My daughter is in her late 20s. She brought up multiple times this last week, why is Thanksgiving so late this year? When she was young and we actually put up a tree, etc., we did so the weekend of Thanksgiving and made the countdown chain for Christmas with over 30 strips cut for the loops. A month of sleeps until Christmas from the third Thursday in November. I didn't even know it wasn't Stouffer's any longer. I remember the commercials for it even. I'm 50 and I remember Thanksgiving being on the third Thursday of the month as well. It's creepy having memories that others don't have. It makes me feel very out of place. Joseph says, one of the solid memories I have of my mother's is here telling me that Thanksgiving was on the third Thursday of November. I also used to stock Stouffer's stovetop and ordered it. Crazy world. So this, I was just asking this AI about it, and it was saying no. It's always the AI says Thanksgiving in 2014 was Thursday, November 27th, and the reason I asked that is, he says, well, Real Life Finance says, well, now it gets weirder. Just got a Facebook memory photo, 2014 November 21st. It was the line at Walmart for TVs on Black Friday. that I thought was like the best post. And for anybody who wants to say, yeah, well, retailers just start Black Friday a week early. No, sir, not in my reality. Black Friday was never jumped the gun by a week. In fact, I thought it was outrageous when Black Friday was starting to dip into evenings of Thanksgiving Thursday. They would kick it off a little bit early. Back around 2014, I remember some retail outlets starting their Black Friday sales on Thanksgiving Thursday evening, which just to me seemed wrong. But never in my life have they kicked it off a week before Black Friday. So for him to say that and say there's a picture of people in line at Walmart for TVs on a Black Friday sale on the 21st, that's pretty good anchor right there. He also said the stovetop brand, he looked at the manufacturer and then his distribution company, and there's just nobody on the back. It's just stovetop. So he thought that was weird. I mean, yeah, I thought in this timeline Kraft would be the one that is the manufacturer. Supernatural Bible Changes says it's strange for me in Canada. Thanksgiving comes earlier now. Canadian Thanksgiving was always in October, and American Thanksgiving is always November. But for me, Thanksgiving was later in October, and now it's earlier. So many changes going on in reality. Why is Amazon starting their Black Friday today when Thanksgiving next week evening? Even Amazon knows it's the third Thursday. Right, exactly. They're starting it a week early. So there's the Amazon post. They're starting their Black Friday on the 22nd or the 21st. Their Black Friday started on November 21st. Or doorbusters, whatever. Yeah. So all these places starting their Black Fridays a week early, which that's very new to my reality. We didn't have week early Black Fridays before. Another point that might warrant some discussion is, we often talk about our souls or whatever, our spirits that are in these avatars jumping from different timelines and different realities, and that would explain how some people are adamant in swearing that they remember whatever the current timeline is, say Thursday, last fourth Thursday of the month, Thanksgivings. There are people who say they remember this always having been, and they're very certain about it. And we say, well, maybe you've just always been part of this timeline. This is your reality, and that I can I can get that. I mean, it logically it seems to help us make sense out of it. Why do some people have memories of the way things are in this timeline, and other people are, so many people swear that it was different? And I would circle back to that video I did just a couple videos back about the dreamlike state of physical reality, the mind fog that goes along with it. And what I mean by that mind fog is that when you're in a dream, you see the craziest things around you in your dream world, and often you just go along with it like it's natural. You don't question it. You don't question the bizarre in your dreams. You just go along with it unless you become lucid, and then suddenly you're like, oh, this is just a dream. No wonder all this, impossible stuff is happening. You just wake up to the fact that you're in a dream. So the bizarreness of your reality in your dream world all of a sudden makes a little bit of sense because it's just a dream. And that same, I liken that same brain fog to this whole Mandela effect experience. I'll never forget. I was in a pet store, and we were looking at all the cats in the pet store, and we're talking about a very brightly lit pet store, fluorescent lighting, and all of these cats, their eyes were not slits; they were round pupils, and not fully dilated to explain it away like that. They were small little pupils, just like human eyes. Every cat. I don't know why I experienced that very briefly, but for however long I was in that store, I was looking at these cats and their eyes. And in the same way that the week that Thanksgiving lands, Thursday Thanksgiving, the week that it lands should not be a question. It just it if it changed, it should be automatically recognized and called out. But it's not. For some reason this brain fog keeps people thinking, well, this is normal somehow, and we don't recognize and call it out instantly. The same way when I was in that pet store, I'm looking at these cats, and it's not instantly dawning on me that their eyes are incorrect. I mean, I was having this slight tug, this memory, like, aren't their eyes supposed to be more vertical slits? I, am I just imagining that? There was this, and I call it the brain fog. It was all around me. It was like these cats with their little human-looking eyes. seemed normal when I was in that world. When I was in that reality, it did not seem strange or off. It just seemed that's the way it is there. But I had this tug, like this strange memory pulling me back to this place where the cats don't have human looking eyes. And by the time I got to a place that I could look it up, and I was looking up, the aren't cat's eyes supposed to be vertical? Then it switched back and going, and then all of a sudden go back into the pet store, and all the cats have normal cat-looking eyes, not human eyes. But for a brief time, I'm in the store, and all of the cats on display have the same exact looking eyes, and they all look like human eyes. And the brain fog was intense, and it felt normal. It felt like it had always been that way my entire life, and this is normal. And yet there was that tug of a memory from another reality saying, but it's not that way everywhere. It's not supposed to be that way. It's very strange, hard to explain. But that's part of what might be happening with people, all these people thinking, well, it's always been the fourth Thursday of November. Well, that brain fog latches on, and yes, it feels natural, feels like it would always be. But then so many of us have that tug of a memory of it being this other way, the way we always knew it. And that tug of a memory is what reminded me of this Thursday, because I was messing up my calendar because of that strong memory of it being the third Thursday. Anyway, I thought I'd recap that video. There were a lot of comments, a lot of great comments. People have some anchor memories about it, and posting their anchor memory experiences, like saying third Thursday Thanksgiving, 3Ts and stuff like that. They're just different anchors for Thanksgiving. Just like I have anchors of cornflakes being spelled Korn, and I have various anchors of that having happened, plus, the events in 2016 that really blew me away. But anyway, I'll end this now. I'm not sure what I'm going to call this video just yet, but it's a bit of a recap. Oh, look, it's time for me to sleeping in late today. Anyway, y'all have a great Thanksgiving this week, and God bless.